So in last Friday's video, which was my plan with me July video, I had to abruptly stop the video because I had completely lost my voice. As you can maybe hear, I'm still not 100% recovered, but I do want to make a video, so I'm going to keep it short. And this is a great opportunity to finally have another video in my junk journal snack series, which so many of you have actually been requesting. I just checked, and the last time I made a junk journal snacks video was a year ago. I cannot believe it. That's not okay. So let's write that, and I want to do it on this page of my June planner. This page, why? Because this is where my trip to Egypt began that week, and I don't have anything here. And what I want to do is to use this beautiful chocolate box. Unfortunately, it is empty. I did share this in the Plan With Me video. First time I ever tried Dubai chocolate, and oh my goodness, it is incredible. So if you like pistachio, and maybe you know what kunafa is, if you're familiar with Turkish cuisine or Arabic Egyptian cuisine, you will know kunafa. Oh my goodness, it is to die for. This is crispy part that's inside. I am salivating. So try it if you've never tried it. It's definitely worth the hype. And I know I was very late to the party. So let's see what we can do with this beautiful box. And I love how well it fits to this month's theme. So the papers I'm using for this month are from my Feathered Friends 2 kit. You can find the links to these, not just the calendar, but regular background pages and ephemera, underneath my Plan With Me July video, or just check in my shop. They are very easy to find. This was one of the ephemera pieces we made in another video. I just love this page so much. It makes me so happy. Anyway, going back to what we're going to do today. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut off this image in the front. And I'm sorry if you have to endure the scratchy voice, but that's all I got today. It's a lot better than it has been in the past few days. I'd say I'm maybe 80% okay. And the hardest part is being patient. And being kind to yourself. So I thought we could make this into a belly band, and rather than just having straight edges, I want to try this die cut here, which I don't think I've ever used before, and I think it's such a cute border. I don't really want to use it on these edges because it would cut away too much of the image, but I could try it here on the top and also here on the bottom. Let's see how that would look. Okay, let's tape this down so that it doesn't move. I am super curious how this is going to look. It's cute. I should have maybe placed it a little bit more central, so that it wouldn't have this here, but actually let's just cut this part off because that just looks weird. Yeah, now it's better. Cute, something different. And let's do the same thing with the bottom. So that's the bottom. Cute. And if you don't have a die cut, but you want a fancy edge, you could try something like these kid scissors, you know, like something like this. This is something I always forget that I have and always forget to use. So maybe you have like a fun edge like this, or there's others as well. I could actually do that to these. No, that's too much then. No. But what I will do is actually cut it a little more narrow and straighten these edges a little bit. Next, let's take some inspiration from this image. And you see here it has these leaves, little branches here on the side. And I have something similar here in this Thinlits die cut set by Tim Holtz and Sizzix. And it has the name Garden Greens with the number 661206. And I have some cardstock here, but I don't want to actually keep it in this color. I want to try to get a similar color to the metallic name that we have here, which is a green. And I think this one is quite close. It's the Distress Mica Stain Wicked Elixir. And when you look here, I think this is quite similar. I actually think this might be one of the clogged ones. Let's see. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, so in this case, we could just dip it in. If I put some on the side, I think we should first mix this up. Okay, so let's pour some here. Let's just dip it. Do I spray this? No. Let's go straight in. Ooh, that is gorgeous. And it doesn't need to be even. I think it's more interesting when it's not completely even, actually. Yes, dipping was actually, I think, even a better idea than spraying it directly, because this gives us more interest. Ooh, love that. So let's give that a quick dry with the heat tool. And since we have some orange here in the background, I thought maybe we could add some splatters of this Distress Spritz Spiced Marmalade. Alternatively, for both of these, you could of course use metallic watercolors. So now I'm just going to use the nozzle. Yeah. I also thought about stamping something, but we know with mica stains and also with the spritz is these pigments will always sit on top. So if I stamp something now, it's not going to give me a nice impression because it's always going to look like it's underneath these other two layers. Okay, I think that's enough. Maybe we actually let that run a little bit to not have dots. Should we spray it just a little bit, maybe? Yeah, I want this a little runny. Okay, so we have this now, which looks quite interesting. So I'll take this to my die cut machine and cut out 4 of these. And we'll see if we can do something with those. So I have these 4 cut out now. And when we try to place them somehow here, I don't know yet how I want to do this, but let's just put them there so that we get some sort of idea. Then I immediately see there's a lot of green and not enough contrast. So let's add something else underneath that will make everything kind of pop a little more and give it more contrast while still being cohesive with this spread. So out comes my drawer with beautiful designer fabrics. Actually, let me zoom you out a little bit. I love this drawer so much, especially since I organized them like this and I can see them all at once. So if you're in Europe and you're having problems finding beautiful designer fabrics, check out the store I have linked for you below. It's called Quilting for You. It's in Germany. And their selection is just absolutely fantastic. I know these can be hard to find sometimes. So when I look at all of these colors that we have going on here, there's 2 that are jumping right at me, which are these 2, which have similar colors. They're both Tim Holtz. So one is this one, which has definitely more green than this like burnt orange. Or there's this one, which would have a little more of the orange, yellowish. Both I think would work really well. But I think I want this one because it has a little brighter orange than this one. This one here has more green, but they both are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, let's go for this one. So here's the name, Urban Grunge. Okay, so it also has this beautiful like teal blue in here, which is perfect for our page. Let's take these away. Let me zoom you up again. Actually, when I say I'm zooming you up, I'm actually zooming my table up and down, not the camera. So I want the fabric to peek out from my page. So let's cut it here. I always say cut when I mean tear. And I want a little bit of a border on both sides. Okay, that alone already looks pretty good, I think. The darker color needs to be on the bottom. Actually, this teal blue is kind of similar to the Dubai houses here. So that's really the perfect choice. I mean, look at the difference without and with. Wow, yeah, huge difference. Okay, let's check if we can make these work, because we don't have to use them just because we cut them. Maybe it's not what it needs. Or maybe 2 instead of 4. I don't know. No. It's interesting. The 2 alone kind of look lost, but the 4 look like it's too much. What if we cut off a piece and put it up there? Maybe another one. I don't know. Maybe just on top. Oh, I think I like that better actually. Just here. And do we need it on the bottom as well? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to first sew around my chocolate and my packaging. Okay, so we have this now. So now we want to attach these, and rather than just gluing them on, how about we secure them with one of these large eyelets? What color do we take? That would be nice. Gold would be nice, always nice. Or this darker one, no. No, let's go for the copper one. Oh, but I also, oh no, I lost a leaf. I also wanted to maybe add some orange thread. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Oh, yes, it's a great idea. Hello. That's really cute. And if you're looking for these kind of eyelets, they're either called large eyelets or wide eyelets. And you can find them on Amazon, and they usually come in packages with these 3 different colors. Oh, I love this. How cute. So let's do the same thing on the bottom. The fabric, of course, never punches through completely, but that's okay. Again, it punched off one leaf. Maybe we can keep that on with the eyelet. Nope, leaves are falling off. That's okay. We'll take them as they come. Okay, there's the bottom. Ha! I am very pleased with this. Okay, I think we're ready to glue it on. I'm just using tacky glue. And then I still have my flight ticket. So this was Vienna, Cairo. This was exactly what happened here on June 12th. And why don't we make this into a tag? And we have learned from past mistakes that we do not use our heat tool on a ticket. Why? Because it will turn black, because it seems to be made out of some sort of a thermal paper. So we don't want that. But what else can we do with it? So we could just add some regular stamps to it. So I believe I have some with an airplane motif. And if you're interested in how I made this stamp storage solution, I will link that video for you below. I've had this for quite a while now and I still love it a lot. Yeah, these are the ones I was thinking about. These are Tim Holtz and they're called Mini Blueprints Words. And look, we have one here with an airmail stamp that has an airplane. And we also have this one with this globe. And I think both would work. I mean, the camera would also actually work quite well. Let's take all of these. I don't think I've ever used this one, it looks like. So perfect opportunity. And the question is, what color do we stamp them? I don't want to do black because I don't want it to interfere with the other information here. Or we could do orange. Do I have an orange? Well, I could just use distress ink. How about the rusty hinge? It's not very orange. Do I have anything more orange? Well, I have tried marigold. Okay, let's try both of these. Let's try the lighter one first. That is a nice orange, actually. Okay, I do like that. Let's compare it with the rusty hinge. It's just a little bit darker. Maybe that's actually better. Yeah, let's go with the rusty hinge. And the question is, she says, let's go with the rusty hinge and closes it. Yeah. The question is, do we want it more artsy? Like, do we want to spritz it to make it not such a perfect print? But then we have the issue of drying again because I have no patience. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not test my patience any more than it has been tested the last few weeks. I don't need any more challenges. Oh, maybe something completely off subject I want to mention, because I see here flight tickets and everything, because I just purchased my flight ticket to Salt Lake City for September. I am so super excited. For those of you who have missed that information, I am hosting my first retreat ever, and it's going to be in Salt Lake City. Why in Salt Lake City? Many of you have been asking. It's because I received an invitation from wonderful Kimmy, who is one of our subscribers, and she offered to organize it there. So that's why Salt Lake City. And I know some of you that are not in North America are very disappointed that I'm having it so far away, and I get that and I apologize, but that is why it happened. I could not have done this in Europe without anyone helping me to organize this, because it's just too much. So that's why North America, and the reason why I'm actually so happy that it's in North America is because that's where about 70% of my subscribers are. So it totally makes sense to have it there, even if it doesn't make sense for all of you who are not in North America. And you're like, why on earth is she traveling so far when she could just have it in Europe? And I understand. But I hope you also understand me, that this is the reason why it's in North America. And I'm super excited, and I'm so thankful to all of you who have already signed up. At the point of recording this video on not June, we are in July, Barbara. What is it today? Today is July 3rd. As of today, July 3rd, there are still tickets available for all 3 retreats. So it's 3 retreats. They're all the same, but I wanted to give you 3 different date options. So you can find the link below in the description box for all the details, and there's also a little video. You can see what we have planned. It's going to be so much fun. Obviously the main part is crafting, but it's also very much about sisterhood, about forming friendships with like-minded people. I'm just gonna kind of keep going here. And it's also about kind of kickstarting your creativity. Maybe you have felt stuck a little bit. And it's also a little bit about movement. Nothing spectacular. It's for all levels. Don't worry, we're not going to go to the gym and do strength training, but we will have a few exercises that you can then also continue doing at home on your own. But mostly we're just going to hang out and have fun and enjoy being together and crafting together. That's fun. I like that. So then I took it to my sewing machine and sewed around it twice with a running stitch. And then I also stitched along here because that was perforated and I didn't want to lose that. Plus it adds another fun detail. And then since it's quite flimsy, I would like to back it with some cardstock. And I found some which has a very similar color to the chocolate packaging. Let's cut out a piece. Okay, let's just glue this on with the tacky glue. And then we could take some of these halves that we cut apart before, maybe use them upside down so that it's cohesive with our belly band. Let's try the thread as well underneath. We could again attach it with an eyelet. Oh, I have something better. How about this adorable button saying la 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 with a bird? That is perfect. I've had this button, I don't know, maybe for a decade or something crazy like that. And I actually probably thought a lot of times about getting rid of it because it just wasn't my style anymore. But thank goodness I didn't, because how cute is that? Yes. My inner 5-year-old is making somersaults right now. And then we could also add some fun yarn to the top. Yes, please. Anything that makes a project more fun. I'm there for it. Ta-da! Now, doesn't that look more fun than a regular plane ticket? I think so. Anyway, I'm just realizing this button is from the same series as this fun button there. I have no idea where I got these from. As I said, I've had these for probably a decade. I wish I knew. I would probably get more because they're just so fun. So now my ticket has a home in a beautiful belly band. And there's even space on the back to journal. And this is a pretty tight fit. I'm just realizing, oh no. Oh, you were just waiting for a no in this video, weren't you? That's not good. Oh no, seriously, oh no. Okay, so, that is not good. Okay, we'll just stick it in like this. Maybe that's better anyway, because that way we can actually see part of the ticket and it doesn't disturb at all. So this is what it is. So that is it for today. That's all my voice can handle. And hopefully by next week, I will have a proper voice again for a proper video. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Mwah! Mwah!